Togo Land Liberation TV, echoing the call for self-determination.
Hello, welcome to Togo Land Liberation Channel, a channel dedicated to the cause of Western Togoland. If you are new to this channel, my name is George Kobla Nyakbo. I represent the Homeland State Group Foundation and the Western Togoland Self-Determination cause. I wish you Happy New Year, and I pray that the Almighty God strengthen you and grant you your wish, your positive wish for this year. Ladies and gentlemen, from the previous episode of Unraveling the Falsehood Behind the 1956 Plebiscite, I welcome you once again to the continuation of the documents that I keep bringing to your attention, the most secret document. A document which was prepared and handed over to Kwame Nkrumah and the CPP leadership to work on or to use as a prototype or a blueprint in making sure that the 1956 plebiscite do not represent the wish of the people, but the wish of the British and the Kwame Nkrumah regime. And one wish that they have was that the second portion of the German Togoland that they invade is not left as a country, but is pushed into a Gold Coast colony. Now, I want you to understand one thing, or to come to terms with the reality. The reason France and Britain invaded Togoland, the German Togoland, was not just because Germany caused the First World War. They saw the opportunity and entered our territory without our permission, kill our people, and take our country because Britain had wanted the Togoland to be part of her Gold Coast for long, but our forefathers rejected their slavery agreement which they signed with the people of the Elmina, giving birth to the Gold Coast. Our parents refused to join that particular bond, and this has been one of their headache because they realize that our country has a lot of potentials, from human resources to the mineral deposits in our country. Britain had wanted it at all costs, so they are doing everything, or they did everything to make sure that at least the second portion that was given to them to nurture is never a separate entity, but will continue to exist as part of their Gold Coast colony. So the document which I am bringing to your attention was what they used in the 1956 plebiscite to change the wish of our people to mean that they have voted and they are part of Gold Coast. So if anybody today is telling you that Togoland has been part of Gold Coast for long, know that the person is telling you a falsehood, and it's just that the person is naive or is ignorant of the history behind what is now known as Ghana. Nobody in this country can prove to you that Togoland or Western Togoland has been part of Gold Coast, or any, not even a tiny portion, a town can be proved to you that it has belonged to the Gold Coast project of old. So anybody that is on this agenda is just in for one thing, either interested in the project of Britain or is naive and selfish individual. Our country can never be taken for granted for all these years. We, today's generation that comes to terms with the reality and have woken up, will defend this country and bring it from this British imposed slavery country that they call on as Ghana today. Ladies and gentlemen, this document that I'm here to reveal to you, I want you to watch a particular video again. This video is 3 years old, or let me say we are in 2024. So let me say it's 4 years old now. But the reason I want you to watch it is because, or the video has been published since 3 years now. It's a Peace FM issue which Kwesi Pratt and one of our own, one who do not understand his history, a satisfied slave, has granted. It's an interview that was granted to Kwesi Pratt, or a radio or online discussion which the two of them had about our country. Now, this Kwesi Pratt, I want you to watch him carefully. In his previous videos that I posted, you saw his stance. He is one person that I would describe as a bad elder in this country. The reason is that if you are someone who today you say A, tomorrow you say B of the same issue, you are a dangerous element to any individual, any group of people. If you are defending Ghana, defend Ghana, I don't have problem with that. But today you lie, tomorrow you tell another story. This is what Kwesi Pratt has been doing. In 2023 September, when they are looking for who found Ghana, when the discussion was open on who found Ghana, we saw his position. This position he shared was different from what he was telling you when the Western Togoland case reached its peak, or has been made to look like it has reached its peak. So I want you to watch his previous video once again. Then I present to you the documents, the most secret documents. Let's watch this together.
Innocent people will die and so on. Until here passing na ya dwene beko benkro. Ya tena ho na ya fa dwen afa strategy. Ni ya confront said. Masa kwa me voter we meet hopa. Now last time me kofa ho 2 weeks ago. Opani Ushan kofo ka kwa ho na bisa mo se na sa homeland study in omunim. They don't even understand what is happening. Ordinary people on the streets are not associating with this. They said they are not just associating with it. Taxi driver be a Michiano and Quanta. I'm so Minia. Nadia Necos. Osia, I don't know on Tessia. Now, says he and Cocanto go home, Cocanto go home. Sir, Neto go home, Cocana said, independent bassa. And I'm saying, yes, shut the swing your back or some suji. Necosia and Tessia, papa. Up to Kita, Sa Kita, Sugakopenia Dinina, and cut German Togolano.
Peace FM.
Togolano, a statue and free baby, a cofa, a friend saying, ho ho, a day called on them channel. So, a Western Togoland idea. No? It is not just about also FS. It is not about FS at all. Because only original map now. Massa, Basari for no more German Togoland. Basari for be no more German Togoland. Even yet me anum da goma phone bikra no more German almost a German Togoland I say. I can't for hard no almost a German Togoland I say and so on. So it is not Evers versus the rest of us, or the rest of us versus Evers. And this are a qua up to Boku map no a qua kofa Boku baby. We don't know map here.
But Kwesi says our DNA comes to zero after independence and the plebiscite. Where are we Kenya now, which is the truth? A Gold Coast time. Time and now a higher colony. And German Togoland, British Togoland, French Togoland, the Ashanti, the Northern Territories near the end. When now you go according to our history, now you're a colony. Osajifo chichiri ne Ghana no. And ye do win na beka ho. And yes, one you and the map na sesaye.
Exactly.
Ebe ye ye ni.
Fantastic.
Intino by 6th March 1957, German Togoland, French Togoland,
Echo.
Inti say you were the nation state Ghana.
Fantastic.
Inti obia obeba beka say originima ewe him asase ben woje.
Kwame.
Yes.
No na American say. Sa homeland you study group for.
Yes.
No more can say. Yanko dadabu. On them say. No more can say yanko dadabu. Na ye be German Togoland. Na ye tricky ye. Inti ye beka Ghana ho. Okay. Yanfa say. Se ye dia tumu kra. Omo peden osuga kope. Se ye dia tumu kra, on peden osuga kope.
Na trick no see a tricky omo. Trick no see a tricky omo. Say it wala.
Oh, Kwame.
And na MC 58-42. Into the majority won.
Yes.
Into there's
and no na mentias ya no. Na uni Elias ha bibia be nyankofo so.
Yeah.
See your international organizations bia almost so sad days. Ubisa someone in a church. International organizations for people without a homeland.
We are
Omo asomu de efa omo ho.
Edije omo gwa omo no ma pe homeland ama omo.
Omo tigana ni bi dia koye homeland ama ho. You know, na masa Ade Shasia no me kan krate bia Volta Caucus of Parliament for a Troy. E domasi pa se womu shed that church new memoir omo ka se ne ekoso no omo mfoaso. But it is not enough. It is not enough at all. Muma ye inara yanka kasakro ina no nko benkro se ne beya ibetimi sa oman boyfo ya omoyi omoti yanu ombedi sanyese na ya man Ghana atumi atintim na tumpum.
Thank you so much for watching. So you can now see the position of Kwesi Pratt. This is the elder or an old person that keep miseducating you and trying to force his understanding on issue which he has no knowledge or control of. He only come to meet the issue, and instead of asking the necessary questions, he is jumping here and there. Now, in all that he has said, you see, he is just being manipulative in the interview. He raised issues of economic issues like there's no money, there's poverty around, and all those kind of things, telling the people that people will suffer and those kind of things. Please, there's never any country under this earth that suffers because they break away from another country. Have you ever seen any country breaking away from Dubai? No. It is because the leaders of that country know their history and they know how the country is about and they know the future of the country. So they are making it work. I can tell you, I can give you evidence of countries that break away from another country and they are very successful, even more than the country they're breaking away from. It is only when we come to Africa here that we struggle, we fight one another to protect the entity which was given to us by France and Britain. All the countries in Africa, mention one country in Africa which was not for or has the colonial structure supporting it into existence. Mention one. Today, you are talking about the colonial system making you suffer and all those kind of things, but you are protecting the system they created for you. You don't want to reverse. You don't want to go back to your original structure to start. So when people say no, what the colonial system has imposed on them is disturbing. It's causing them not to progress, though they want to severe tie with the system. You say no because you are benefiting from that system. So that one you don't want to accept it. But at the same time, you don't want the system to also be broken down so that a new system will emerge. This is double standard. This is double standard, and you're not doing yourself any service. Now, he is just playing on your intelligence in that particular interview. He's trying to tell you things that are not here. And I want to let Kwesi Pratt know that we in the Homeland Security Foundation did not invite him to do any interview on our behalf. So I challenge him that he should tell the government of Ghana to stop the witch hunting, the tyrant nature poster that they are posting, the illegal arrest that is going on, so that they can engage us in the legal battle and see if they will win. Or they should just allow us to campaign and see how many people will support this agenda. You see, it's not enough to come and hide behind a microphone and try to say things that is not the truth. Because one thing about telling lies is that you can hide it, but not long ago it will pop up. This is what is happening. You ask yourself, why is it that the Western Togoland issue or the Togoland campaign is never ending since 1956? This is what you should ask yourself. If you're a good elder, this is where you start the agenda from, the discussion from. You don't go about saying that you went to interview one taxi driver and that taxi driver don't know whether we are going to join Togo or we will be a country on our own or anything. No, you don't just as old as you are and be in the journalism or whatever industry for a long time, you should know that you cannot pick one person out of 1,000 and use his opinion on people. If you like, conduct a proper a study that will be dispassionate, that will not be skewed to one side, and see how many people that will tell you that they want their country. Just throw out a poll and let's see. Please, we should stop doing ourselves this disservice. Lying to yourself is one thing that is, I don't know, but this is what you are doing. One harm you can do to yourself is to be lying to yourself. You know very well that the West Togoland campaign, there are a lot of support or people who are craving for it. That is why the government is threatened and they start using the military and the police. Ask yourself, since 2019 or from 2017, that this government have been arresting people, the Homeland Security Foundation for the West Togoland cause. Have they ever been successful in any of the arrests? Even the new one that they have, the scheme that they pull up together at the Accra High Court, where the judge is told to skew the verdict into your side. That one too, you are not seeing it up. You don't understand. You cannot even, you are not happy about it because you know that whatever you do, this issue will keep popping up because you are not handling it well. You are not handling the issue well. You understand? You cannot keep lying and think that it's like setting your own question, giving your own answers and marking it and clapping for yourself. This is what you are doing in the Western Togoland case. And we welcome it because it will keep coming up. Yes. So now, this is Kwesi Pratt's video. You can watch this and watch the other one. So as for him, we have established that he's an old man that is not truthful to his own people. So those who are listening to Kwesi Pratt and making him your friends, you are all bunch of liars. Yes. Now, as for Sefa Kai, those who know Sefa Kai should tell him that if you don't know your history, you are the most naive person in this world. You can be satisfied to any degree, but you remain the most hungry person till thy kingdom comes. Your spirit will never rest if you cannot represent the truth about your roots. What do you mean by there was election and that settles it? What was the purpose of the 1956 plebiscite? Even let's granted that there was an election. The purpose of the election is to form a union. So ask yourself, you say you are a Ghanaian, ask yourself, have you ever seen the union document between Togoland and Gold Coast that produced Ghana? You see, this is the kind of things that you guys do, and you keep yourself, you made yourself a laughing stock. And when some of us, we come and we are hitting hard on you, then some people will say that we are being too harsh on you guys. But we will continue to be harsh on you guys. You are very naive. Your knowledge, your education need to be revisited. You waste your money in educating yourself, and all those surrounding you, I am sorry. I'm sorry for them. I don't want to use any other word, but I'm sorry for them. That you are all bunch of liars and a brood of vipers that are around. And ordinary truths to tell about your own country or your own town, nobody is having gun on you. You can't say it. So when they now have guns on, what will you say? I know where you are from very well. Call your elders, or I ask your elders to call you. They say what? A good name is better than riches. I'll leave it there for you. So we'd never ask Kwesi Pratt to do any investigation for us, to come and tell you that people are not understanding our case. The West Togoland case, those who understand it, they are more than those who don't understand it. If you like, tell the government of Ghana to stop arresting us so that we play a level field and see if you can understand anything. You will lose. You will not understand anything. Because even at the time of Britain and Nkrumah being around with all the resources at your side, look at the vote difference. Even at that time, 1956, look at the vote difference and bring it to today. You will not understand anything. Talking yo, me do benami, do me vio, me da benami, be miegali plum. Me ji efeye ya fe jogbenyo katanami. Abale ke me vana mi agbo eji na madem do menami. Enui ke tae mi de mi ape azonli agomedo a me kareji be eyimi nye kplondo le yavan la ji kwa mi nyonyom mi nu agomesem na. Ala be message yo ke mi do na da gbe shagbe a di fian be mi nyonyom nya tefe alo mi nyon. Egba efeye fe jogbenyi yo kata me do na mi a me ji be makona ne adare mi agbo ike miano enudrom be shiai mejibe mia ameyo ke be yo me support West Togoland lo yo me da se West Togoland pe enya jiwari khekhe ame mi lere eseple dodo ye nu shianu won ta mi blena Ghana be yo me da se enya jiwo va miawo mi gbogblo be eseple dodo jizo mi le ta ho no za eseple dodo a enya ike United Nations blo beno da shila malele nchi no me vovom wa no da shia malele nchi evelia de enya ya elehonu menye wo pe vonu elehonu gan ike nye international court no yi no ve dumia ji la fuma kware na emu na kpemi ko ne mia da shila nya nchi ela be o meta pe menoge abe me support mi afa mi o mi lo kwa na cho ava tv ji nya ja shia na ba gbele kwa jo ne nenema ena naga be gbe sia gbanya e dira ga kwe tameje manami eya na mi dodo ogbo ba po na mi mo vovon mo mi amayo ko be yo mo support ni yo alo amo mo hore mi afa nya ji so kwa na mi mo vovon mo kware mi amamo mi fufu nya ire government agbobere no mi honu ya mi lere no draw nya na mi le mi apo na nya je mi ajire na nya da sele nya nchi ala ba khakha me mi le fifi a seplo dodo ji zo me mi le na eba mare na no wo mejeji okware kwa ma ire vonu na nya ntuvi ye jira shi okware mi le vonu a mi ajo mi ava kagbinyo maga fokusi prafa video le kanami mi penyu de eyo mi kpo vai ogbogbo mbe Ghana duko Nkrumah nto chian kokodi afia do ho melemo menye goko sakata ha menye miaƒe anyigba katã melɔ Gold Coast mo gake ŋkume koe de me egba alo ƒe ɖewo me va yia yi ɖeka be anyigbawo le me yi ɖeka gabe anyigbawo mele me ta enu yawoa nenye nane wòanɔ susu ʋãm na mi miame yawo nenye kpɔm gbe sia gbe ɖe mi nu yawo nenɔ susu ʋãm na mi ne mianya be ame yawo ɖoɖo aɖe le wo si ɖe miaƒe anyigba ŋuti akpe na mi egba ame va mia gbɔa document ya ma xlẽ na mi ma yi dzi. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to follow me as we look into the other section of the most secret document as I promised you last time. So we will start from point 11. I read the point 10 to you in the up to point 10 in the last episode. So this episode we look at the answer proposed from point 11. The answer proposed. So there is it. It's on the screen. You watch, you read with me. Let's do it together. 11. It is convenient to deal first with the second aspect of this problem. How to satisfy UN once public opinion has been brought to the right state. So there's an agenda. How they are going to make sure the United Nations accept the plebiscite. This is it. 12. No trust territory has yet evolved from the trusteeship system and no procedures has been laid down for this purpose. It is tactically important to try to convince UN in the manner that suits us best to oppose firmly any suggestion which may emerge from UN of procedures and criteria not acceptable to us. So this action plan is to make sure that anything United Nations propose, it will be rejected. Now, point 13. Undoubtedly, the safest and the best way of persuading UN is to arrange for UN to be bombarded by a broadside of petitions which demand the integration of British Togoland into the Gold Coast. You get it? This would, it is to be hoped, contrast with an absence of petitions seeking any other solution. The petition should be followed by the appearance before the Trusteeship Council and perhaps also later before the UN Fourth Committee of carefully selected and trained representatives who will support orally the demands made in the petitions. If UN was still not satisfied, a special visiting mission to determine the wishes of the people would be acceptable and might be proposed by the petitioners into bracket, not by His Majesty government or by the Gold Coast government, bracket close. A plebiscite, however, would not be acceptable because the opposition to be expected from the French would serve to delay it, because it could not be ensured that the drawing up of the questionnaire would be done in a manner which would suit the government's plans. Furthermore, there would be serious risks of the less advanced groups misunderstanding what was involved, and it would be difficult to ensure, especially in the Karachi areas and northern section, that a sufficiently large number into bracket in relation to the total population bracket close of completed questionnaires were returned to satisfy UN, even if the answers in those returned were virtually unanimous. My people, this is the plan against the Western Togoland or the British Togoland since 1956. This is what was there before the election should happen. So if people like Sefa Khan will be on radio and say, the people have voted, so that settled it. So where are they going? Those kind of things. It's ignorant. It's total ignorant. Lack of respect of education of history. This is what Kwesi Pratt and Sefa Khan and Co were just displaying. I don't want to use any unprintable word on them, but that's what they are doing. So This particular section, so this is the up to point 13. Now the reason I want to end here is that from the answer proposed, there is timing. It's also another topic on its own. So I will leave the timing in the next episode for us to watch, because I want you to have time and analyze these things bit by bit. So you can get the point 13 again. Undoubtedly, the safest and best way of persuading UN is to arrange for UN to be bombarded by broadside of petitions which demand the integration of British Togoland into the Gold Coast. So you see the agenda. So all those people who went to United Nations that they are from Western Togoland, they are from British Togoland, they are all guys which were prepared by the British and the CPP regime to go and spew lies about our situation. This is why they killed Dr. Amato when he vehemently opposed this decision. So my people, our parents have suffered for our land. This is why Philip Beho composed the Nyadenigba Lonola. Yes, which they now take that is their account, is their anthem. This is what he meant when he said our forefather has died. They suffer for our country. Nobody in Gold Coast has suffered to build Gold Coast. No, the Gold Coast was something which is a baby for Britain. So no indigenous person has suffered. It is our section. We suffered. Our people were killed. It is our blood that Philip Beho was talking about. So my people, wake up. Wake up from your slumber and face the reality. Others are doing it. Stop following the lies of these guys, Kwesi Pratt and co. Stop following their lies. Because if you follow their lies, I bet you will be as old as 100 years and this case will still be there. And one thing I want to assure all of you is that we, those who have waken up to the Western Togoland challenge, God being so good, majority of us are in our 20s, our 30s, and our 40s. And majority of you who are opposing us, you are in your 50s, you are in your 60s, and you are in your 70s. And I know what nature can do to those who lie in their old age. Thank you so much for having time for me. I will come your way in the next episode where we look at the timing. So they are going close to the election or the abrogation of the trusteeship era. So the timing of this particular document is so important to them. So I'll walk you through that particular one when we meet again. Togbio, mama odumavio, meda kwenami. Nye koko popo na mi gba ocho gbe nye beri. Mia denigba ele fukpekpe me. Na mari gbogbo no gba be ne mi kwa blore bi fukpegere gble na mama be mebe edalakpa. Ne yo duko de kapia re kwa ike ne kwa blore iko fukpem va sere gbe. Ike be dowame kple to le oduma ne yo duko ma no. Ne yo na ori na gble ne be enye mebe de. Duko ike ne okple Ghana o kwa blore de ka gbe de ka ike nye Malaysia de. Aleko British oko Togo nyigba miaba nyigba ko nyoro de Malaysia mo ona abloro kple Ghana efere kamari. Nenema koe ko Singapore ha nyoro de Malaysia me nyema. Kake Singapore to de ocho obe awo. Jimu de ka bla voton yiko no union mame. Eyi ocho are o ho de duko egba me mpupu no fifia. Singapore pe dungo lengo awu Malaysia. Ife gamonu ashichachao ajodomonu re o lengo Malaysia. Eyo nyebe Malaysia kura lengo na Ghana iko kplo ji ogbere ka o lengo ne ya ke evia ike na lengo na Malaysia nto okple Ghana e mete fere ka chi nogo. Egba no be mi aho visa ayi Malaysia Singapore fifia mi duji noge wa mi gboro bebere do je gomo twa fiare. Tano egba oba nya mo glo na be o ne mi hodo kwisha mi fukpege kple tore fukpepe ka e mi me popo gble na edokae le miaƒe anyigba fia nɔ wɔm fia ne mi xɔ ablɔ fia kɔ dɔ wɔm megate wɔ go enu ka wɔm Ghana le na miegba fifi lae nye kplo mi ƒoƒom fifi la nu kae wɔm Ghana le na miegba yi ke ne mi xɔ ablɔ ɖɔ mo ga wɔ Ghana ko ne ga alagba alasi ta na fifam gblɔ la ma se edɔwɔƒewo ɖo na wa yi ke ne mi xɔ ablɔ ɖɔ ko gbɔna dɔwɔƒe atu ga akɔ safi akɔ dzoa me ɖe kuku mi na miabu tame mi na miayi ngble me mareke megava gblɔ no bena ta nu yɔ mi la enye dugba ŋkɔ na hana koe demo na ma ɖe dugba ma ɖe wokplɔ yina ʋɔnu ne kplɔ ma yi ʋɔnu ɖe nya yi ʋɔnu gblɔ ɖe wowɔna ɖe dzi nu ka tae tso 2017 kaka va de asi na gba Ghana miakplɔ ʋɔnu yi moɖu mia dzi le ʋɔnu kpɔ nu ka tae egbe ya me ƒoƒo na mi fifi la mi kɔ Ghana yi ɖe ʋɔnu ECOWAS court gbãŋa ele wo si ele attorney general si mete ŋu ayi ava dogo mi le ʋɔnua wo le Ghana fia vuvum miable gbe sia gbe ne le kpovi ne nye kpovitɔ alo nye police alo soja ye ne nya asem ye menya o ga miaƒe azɔli azɔm ko ne be ya ye constitution of Ghana protecting kple tɔ ta la wo me ya va a confront mi ne nane dzɔ ɖe dio mega gblɔ be mi se tame kple yo elabena tame yo tame se kple mi woɖo ɖe mia gbɔ be na va wɔ nu vevi mi wɔ nu vevi wa mega gblɔ be miawo se tame le ŋuti o fia miaƒe azɔlia ɖoɖo fia ne ekpɔ be yemenya teƒe togo ate ɖe axa ne menyoa menyonyo ge na kaɖu o ba nyo na o kura o nyame yo katã ne tsatri ɖe mia ŋutia mi enuwo lém dadã ɖe mi miaƒe afɔɖoƒewo xlẽm dadã ɖi keŋ mana ne mianya ne ɖo dzia Ghana megbɔna o save go elabe ga yi mo dzɔdzɔ ge Ghana ŋutɔ alɔ dɔ gafi wòadzɔ ta dzɔdzɔ ge ɖe dzo ke wa complain ko na ve na wo vɔ ale ko dzɔa me teƒe kpɔ go ta mi na miaɖu mia ɖokuiwo dzi ne tsɔ me na nyo na mi akpe na mi Mawu ɖe nɔ anyi kple mi be miagado go ake ɖe gbalẽa me nya kpɔtɔewo dzi yiyi medzi ƒe ƒe dzɔgbenyiwo na mi akpe. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having time for me. I invite you in the next episode so that we look into this document. Until then, I say goodbye.
Togo Land Liberation TV, echoing the call for self-determination.